You jumped the gun on me once again. So I'm going to see if I can't get this thing straight one of these days. Trying a different setup for inside pitch to see if I can use more of a analog type setup to show the cards a little bit better than what they may show up otherwise. All right. Let's get everybody up there. There we go. So there's your starting lineup board for both teams. Starting lineup benches and the bullpens available for both teams. It is the Tigers and the Orioles from Tiger Stadium. So I'll leave that up there for a few more minutes, or a few more seconds, I should say. Real game: Detroit beat Baltimore 6-1. I do have the games played for the other games on September the 13th have already been played, and we'll update the standings with this game to add it to the other games when this game is complete, and then we'll be ready to go. Apologize, I had something set up a half hour ago to go live on that particular link, and my computer messed up, so I had to reboot and do it again. And I couldn't even take the I couldn't even do the thumbnail because it screwed up on me. So hopefully, let's see what you guys are looking at. If I look through my computer now. Oh, got to turn my sound off because I was watching another channel right before this. Now I think we're decently okay. Let's move this up a little higher. Make sure all the cards will show up as they should. I may need to do a different setup. I'm not sure. These are experimental. See, I want to include Tiger Stadium, so I may need to move Tiger Stadium to the side somewhere. I'm not sure. I think that's okay now. Let's check the focus, make sure I don't have any problems with any kind of focus. I don't think I do, but I'll double check it to be sure. Looks like everything is in place now for this game between the Tigers and the Orioles. Tigers do trail the Red Sox by a half a game, so if they win this game, they will be in a deadlock tie with the Red Sox as of the September 13th date. And again, I'll pull this out when we have substitutions or bullpens or whatnot, but for right now, we'll leave it off to the side so that we can concentrate on the cards and the score sheet and the dice. After all, that is the main focus. Try to get as much light in here as possible, so hopefully the lighting is okay. Seems to be okay on my end. We shall see. All right. So we have the Orioles and the Tigers. Mickey Lolich on the mound for the Tigers, and Pete Rickert will be opposing him for the Baltimore Orioles. Now let me fix one other thing on my computer so that I can make sure it is straight. Looks like it is the best I can get it. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get for a live video. All right. Got Detroit colored dice, at least the best I could do for Detroit colored dice. And we will get ready to go here from Tiger Stadium. Again, the Tigers win. They pull into a first place tie with the Boston Red Sox. I'm about ready to knock the White Sox out of this replay because they are now 8 games back. Hello, Tim. How you doing? They are now 8 games back, and they're slowly fading. So I really may not have any more videos with the White Sox. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to make that decision, but 8 games back with about 2 weeks to play is not a good thing to keep them in the pennant race. All right, so Mickey Lolich has finished those warm-up tosses, and Kurt Blefary is going to lead things off. And I think while nothing's on the score sheet, I may be able to have the pitcher here and the batter here. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out the best way to work this to get the dice and the cards all showing up at the same time. So hopefully that will work out. So here we go, Mickey Lolich, the pitch. 4-6, and that's a strikeout chance. That's an 18, though, way too much for that. So we go to Blefary. Get a 3-4, and Blefary 3-4 is going to fly to right field. So 1 away. Blefary is retired. for Luis Aparicio. Lolich to Aparicio. 1-6, and that's a walk chance. 13. He walks at an 11. Stadium adds 3. That's a 14. So Aparicio will draw the 1-out walk. And we'll see if he can get take the lead. He's an attempt of 4. See if he can get the lead. He does not. So he will stand pat. Infield is at double play depth. And we will now have Paul Blair. 6-4 range play at the park, going to Tiger Stadium for the range check. 6-2 is a ground ball to third. We're doing the range check of the third baseman, Don Wirt. He is a 4. And he makes the play. Now the question is, will it be a double play? He's a 2. Nothing from Lolich there. Halfway makes him a 3. The pivot at second, Trzaskowski, is a 0. So 1-3, it's a double play. It's a 5, so they're going to get the force on Aparicio since the 5 is higher than the speed of Aparicio. So with that, it'll be a force play, 5-4 fielder's choice for out number 2. Paul Blair now the runner. And before we put Paul Blair away, we'll see what kind of attempt he can make at getting the lead. He is a 2. 15, he cannot get the lead. So that brings up Frank Robinson with 2 outs and a runner at first for Mickey Lolich. Hello, Doug, and hello, Mr. Mike. 5-2 is a strikeout chance. 19, way too high for that. Go to Frank Robinson. 5-2 again, and that's a star 5, which on Lolich is a fly to center to end the inning. Now, this is, like I said, it's a new setup for me on inside pitch, so I'm just going to see how it goes. I may ditch it after one game. I don't know. We'll wait and see. For the Orioles, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left thanks to the walk. So we go to the bottom of the first. It's the Orioles, nothing, Tigers coming to bat. And Pete Rickert is going to take the mound for the O's. And he'll be facing Mickey Stanley. Start off the bottom of the first. Rickert 6-3. It's a blank to a righty, so we go to Mickey Stanley. 2-6, and that's against the lefty. It's a single pass shortstop. So Mickey Stanley will lead off single. His chance to get a lead needs a 1, 2, or 3. Doesn't get it, so he will stand pat. And that will bring up Dick Trzaskowski, the second baseman, number 2 hitter. Infield at halfway for the double play. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Rickert, 4-2, and that's an automatic out with a star line. Let's see what the star line is. It's a fly out to center field. So Trzaskowski flies to center for out number 1, brings up Al Kaline. Strategy roll, nothing happening with that. Rickert to Kaline, 3-5, and that is a blank. So we go to Kaline's card. Hello, Ben. 2-1 is another fly to center. That's out number 2. So 2 down after the leadoff single from Stanley. He's still at first trying to get the lead. He needs a 3 or less. And he gets a 3, so he is able to take the lead and get a chance to steal, which he's going to go. He's a 16. Rickert's a +2 for an 18. Echeverrien's a +2 for a 20, but 19 is the highest you can have. So a 1, anything other than a 20, and he will be safe. And it's a 20. Did we not just say this? You're welcome, Marlon. 1 to 19 for a successful steal, roll of 20. Really? I mean, I was half tempted to just let him steal the base to prevent a throwing error, but Echeverrien throws down and throws him out. Unbelievable. Caught stealing. It's going to go 2 to 4 as Davey Johnson puts on the tag, and Horton will have to wait till the second inning to bat. Unbelievable. The evil D20 strikes once again. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the caught stealing. We go to the top of the second, no score from Tiger Stadium. And again, for anybody that came in late, Tigers trail the Red Sox by a half a game, so if they win this, they will be in a virtual tie. And here's Brooks Robinson. And we get a 6-3 on Lolich, which is a strikeout chance. 15, though, is way too high for that. Suadice for Brooksy. We'll let Brooks try again. 1-2. He's going to ground to short. So Robinson grounds to short for out number 1. And that brings up Davy Johnson. Lolich 2-5, and that's a strikeout chance 4. He's definitely going to get him. So Johnson out on strikes for out number 2. And that brings up a guy I'd never heard of before, Sam Bowens. Little used outfielder, 120 at bats. Against Lolich, 3-6. Hit by pitch. He's a 5. +3 is an 8, but that's an 11, so no hit by pitch. Bowens will swing it. 5-1. He grounds to short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Lolich. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Tiger Stadium. Willie Horton, who was at the plate when that mysterious D20 turned up as a 20, he will be at the plate to lead off the bottom of the second against Rickard. 3-3, possible error on a throw. 4-5, and that is a fly to center field. No throwing error to worry about. So that's 3 flyouts in a row to center field. They've had Paul Blair busy out there. 1 away for Bill Freehand. Rickard 4-5, and that is a strikeout chance. That's a 3. He's going to get him. So Bill Freehand out on strikes for out number 2 for Don Wirt. 3-1, and that is a blank to a right-hander. So we go to Don Wirt. 2-2, and that is a double to right field for Don Wirt. A 2-out double for Don Wirt. Now Norm Cash, you can tell he had trouble with lefties because they moved him all the way down to the number 7 spot in the order against the lefty Rickard. So strategy roll 20. So there's a 1-3 for a pickoff. 4 is a pickoff error. 17 he got back. So Wirt gets back, and now it's Rickard to Cash. 1-1 straight up home run. He's a 7. That is a 6. That is long, and that is gone from Norm Cash. A 2-run home run off of Pete Rickard, the lefty. He hits home runs at a 17 clip against righties, only 7 against lefties, but the D20 was favorable. And Norm Cash, a 2-run home run. Tigers looking to tie the Red Sox in the standings. So here's Ray Euler. 1-4, strikeout, 17, too much. Go to Euler. 5-6, and that is a fly to right field to end the inning. But 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 2, it is Detroit 2 and Baltimore nothing. And they've given that 2-run lead over to Mickey Lolich. More complex to learn. I would say the base running, I would say inside pitch is more complex for sure. Replay is pretty easy to learn. There's not a whole lot of, there's not too much learning curve on replay. The only thing with replay is everything comes off a chart, much like APA. So if you don't like games that you need to read the chart every time, then replay might not be the game for you. It all depends on what you're looking for. All right, here is Andy Etchebarren against Lolich. 4-6 strikeout, 7 got him. Etchebarren out on strikes. 1 away, and the pitcher Pete Rickard, a .093 hitter, is up. 6-6, and that's a straight-up home run for Rickard, but of course he has no home run power, so he won't do that, but he will swing. 3-6, it's a star 4, which is a ground ball to short. Euler takes care of it. 2 up and 2 down, and now the top of the order for Blefary. Lolich, 4-5, and that's a wild pitch, ball 1. Try again. 3-5, and that is a walk chance, and that's going to be a walk to Blefary. 2-out walk to Kurt Blefary. And now his attempt is only a 1. He's got to get a 1 to get the lead. And he can't do it, so he'll sit by, and Louis Aparicio will swing away. Lolich, 1-3. That's a home run question mark. 1-14 passes. So Aparicio will need a 3 or less to hit this home run. He does not do it, but he does get to swing. So Aparicio will swing it. 4-4. It's a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The man left. Bottom of the third we go. It's still 2-0 Tigers. Don't know if RJL is sleeping or what he's doing, but I thought he would make it our way, but he may come in later. We shall see. Lolich is your batter against Pete Rickert. I'm wondering maybe it'd be better just to put Lolich here. Let's see if that might actually turn out better. We'll see. That way keep the batter and pitcher in the same proximity. Maybe that's the better move. I don't know. Like I said, it's a work in progress, so we'll see. For anybody came in late, if you want to look at the bullpens and the benches and all that stuff, I still have that here. I just don't have it on camera taking up space. But there it is if you want to take a look and see who the bench guys are and the bullpen guys are and so forth. Tigers carrying 1 extra hitter. Orioles carrying 1 extra pitcher. All right, Lolich to lead it off. He is a switch hitter. Did not know that or did not realize that, but he is. 6-3, and it's a good thing because that would have been a strikeout plus to a lefty. So Lolich will swing it. 1-3 is going to ground to short. 1 away. For the top of the order, Mickey Stanley. He was caught stealing on an evil D20. 5-6 is a range play. First range play of the game. 2-4. That's a ground ball right back to Rickert, the pitcher, but he's only a 2. Needs a 1 or a 2 to get to this. He does not. It's a base hit. Mickey Stanley hits it right by him. And maybe he said there's no way he can get caught twice on a 20. So they're going to see if he can get the lead, but he needs a 3 or less. He does not get it. So he will stand pat, and Trzaskowski's your batter with 1 out. Rickert 4-2, and that's an automatic out on the star line. And the out will be a ground ball to second, possible double play. He's a 2, but -1 from Rickert makes it a 1. Halfway brings it back to a 2. The pivot at short, Aparicio's a 0. So 1-2, and it's a double play. 6 means the runner's going to advance, so it's only going to be a 4-3 put out with the runner advancing. So the only play Johnson had was to go to first base. But now there are 2 outs. And Al Kaline, the batter. First base is open. You got Horton on deck. It's a matter of if you want to pitch to Horton or Kaline. They're both dangerous. I think with first base open, they're going to intentionally walk Kaline and take their chances with Willie Horton. So Horton is up with 2 out and 2 on. 6-3 is a blank, so we go to Horton's card. 6-5, he lines it to second, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of 3, it is still 2-0 Tigers ahead of the Orioles. Lolich back out, and he will be facing Paul Blair to lead things off. Blair reached on a fielder's choice in his initial at bat. 5-2, and that is a strikeout chance. 7. He's going to get him. He's a 6. Stadium adds 1, so that's going to give him the strikeout he needed. And Paul Blair is out of there. Frank Robinson. 6-1, strikeout chance. 11 is going to get him. So back-to-back strikeouts. Blair and Robinson go down on strikes. That is the 4th strikeout for Lolich. Here's Brooks Robinson. 3-6 is a hit by pitch chance. He's a 4, plus 3 is a 7. That's a 5. He's going to plunk him. So Brooks Robinson will reach on the hit batter. He cannot have an attempt, but we will roll for strategy. Checking for pickoffs, but nothing's happening. And here's Davey Johnson. Lolich 4-3, and that's a range play, but with 2 outs, everybody's back. 4-2, that's a power result to right field. That's a 10. So we're looking at a double to right field for Johnson, but it is a range play. Al Kaline's range is a 5. Anything other than a 6, and he takes that double away. And he does. So Al Kaline just saved a run as he takes the double away from Davy Johnson. And the Orioles come away empty-handed. Johnson thought he had extra bases, but Kaline had other ideas. So for the Orioles, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left once again on the hit by pitch. Go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Bill Freehand leading it off, followed by Don Wirt and Norm Cash. (6-1) for Rickert, strikeout 11, too high. We go to Freehand. 4-3, and that's a star 6, which is a fly to left. One away for Don Wirt. 4-4, strikeout 3 is going to get him, so he struck him out. 2 down. And here's Norm Cash. He hit the home run his last time up, his only time up. 1-1, and look at that. We found it again. Another home run chance, but this time it's a 19, so no home run for Cash. But he'll swing. 5-6, he's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down for Rickert. And we've completed 4 at Tiger Stadium with the score still 2-0 Tigers over the Orioles as the Tigers try to tie the Red Sox, who were defeated by the Kansas City A's earlier today in their game, which is what is allowing the Tigers to have a chance to make up some ground. Twins already made up a game because they won their game against the Senators. However, Chicago couldn't stand prosperity and they lost to Cleveland, so they stay 8 games back, which is why I might be looking to take them away from the pennant race because they're 8 games back. But we shall see. Lolich to Bowens, 2-3. Strikeout chance 16, got him. Bowens is out on strikes, 1 away for Andy Etchebarren. 4-3, and that's a range play. We're going to Etchebarren for the range check. 5-6, it's a ground ball to first. The range of Norm Cash, his range is a 4. 1-4, and Cash will make the play. He does, and he flips to Lolich covering for a 3-1 putout for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Rickert. 1-4, strikeout, got him. That's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0 Tigers. Still 2-0 Tigers. And here is Ray Euler. Shortstop, number 8 hitter. Rickert, 2-5. That's a walk chance. 15 is too much. Even the 3 is only going to make that a 13, so there's no walk. 3-1, star 5, ground ball to short. Aparicio takes care of things. 1 away for Mickey Lolich, switch hitter. 2-2, and that's a strikeout chance, and he got him. 2 down for Mickey Stanley, who's 2 for 2. Rickert, 6-4, hit by pitch chance, 0. Nope, not going to do it. Mickey Stanley. 6-1, power result to left field. Needs a 7 or less. That's a 9. It's a deep fly to left. To end the inning, 3 up and 3 down. So we go to the 6th, still 2-0 favor of the Tigers. And Kurt Blefary, the batter. In fact, I guess I can go ahead and put this here and see if that still shows up all the way. We'll try it. Maybe that'll fit like that. How about that? I can still put this on here and not take away anything from what everybody's seen, hopefully. All right. Here is leadoff man Blefary. 3-5 is a walk chance. 6 will walk him. So Blefary has walked for the 2nd time. And to get a lead, he needs a 1. Doesn't get it. So he will stand pat. Infield halfway for the double play. And Luis Aparicio. 1-6 is another walk chance. 13 will walk him. He walks at an 11 plus the 3. So it's another walk. That is the 4th walk issued by Lolich, plus he's hit a batter. And now 2 are on with nobody out for Paul Blair. Infield looking to turn 2. 5-3 is another walk chance, but the 20 is going to be too much, so Lolich won't walk Blair here. 3-5 is a fly to left field. 1 away. A fly to left field to go from second to third, you lose 3. Blefary runs at a 3, makes him a 0. And then the arm in left field, Willie Horton, is a 0. So he has no chance to move up. He has to hold. And there's 1 away for Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson. Strategy roll, nothing happening. He's obviously not bunting. So Lolich, 5-6, strikeout 16, too much. Go to Robinson. 1-1, it's a star 1, which is a ground ball to second, possible double play. He's a 3. Pitcher's nothing, halfway is a 4. And the pivot at shortstop, Euler, is a 0. So 1-4, and they turn the double play. They do not, it's a 5. So they get the force on Aparicio. Force on Aparicio. So it's going to go 4-6. Robinson reaches. Blefary goes to third. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. Robinson needs a 1 to get the lead, and he gets it with a 1. But he's not a very good stolen base man. He's got an 8 here, but there's +3 here, makes him an 11. And free hands a +1 makes him a 12. But they got done in by the D20. No, that was the Tigers got done in by the D20. But you got a guy on third already. I mean, I don't think stealing here is the play. So not going to take the bat out of Brooks Robinson's hands. So if you get caught stealing, you really look foolish. So they're going to leave him there with 2 outs and 2 on for Lolich to Brooks Robinson. 5-1, and that's a range play. The infield's back because there's 2 outs. Well, it is a range play on Brooks Robinson's card. 3-6 is a power result to left. It only goes, power result to center. It only goes to 3. That's a 12, so it's out of range. So it's a fly to center, but it's a range check. Center fielder, Mickey Stanley, is a 4. Needs a 4 or less to make this play. He does. Mickey Stanley makes the play, hauls it in, and the Orioles leave them at the corners. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-0 Tigers. Rickert will be facing Trzeski, Kaline, and Horton here in the bottom of the 6th. Trzeski, his first time up, or flew to center, and second time he grounded to second. 6-2, and that's a blank to a righty. Go to Trzeski. 6-4, ground ball to second. 1 away. Trzeski retired for Al Kaline. 5-2, and that's a strikeout chance, and he got him. That 1 on the D20 was a killer, so that's 2 down for Willie Horton. Rickert, 5-6, range play for Willie Horton. 4-6, it's a star 4. Ground ball to third, Brooks Robinson, range play, and he is naturally a 5. And he makes the play easily to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. 6 innings are in the books. Boy, he played pretty fast. 28 minutes on the video. We're already in the 7th inning. Take that, RJL. See if you can do that. All right. We don't mess around here with pomp and circumstance. We're just going to get to the meat and potatoes of these ball games. All right. Actually, RJL does a wonderful job just picking on him. He is the master of inside pitch. That's his world. He just lets me live in it. So here's Lolich, top of the 7th against Davey Johnson, Bowens, and Echebarren. Lolich, 1-5. That's a blank to a righty. Would have been a strikeout plus to a lefty. Johnson, 6-1, lines it hard, but right to Don Wirt at third base. 1 away for Sam Bowens. Now we are into the 7th inning, so we can do some pinch hitting. And again, looking at the Orioles bench, This is who they have from the right-hand side. So Bowens will be lifted, and they'll try to get somebody a little bit better. Although from the right-hand side, they don't have a whole lot. They have Kurt Moten, who's a 200 hitter from the right side. They do have Larry Haney, 268. So I guess they'll go with Larry Haney. It's the best they have. So Larry Haney will pinch hit for Bowens, and then they'll need a new right fielder. And what they're going to do is put, I believe they're going to put Kurt Moten. Well, they may not. They might do Dave May. They're going to bring in, none of them are any good, though. That's just terrible. Terrible, terrible. Unless they move Bleffery to, they could move maybe Bleffery to right field. Let's see. And bring in Boog Powell. That's a possibility. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. So Kurt Bleffery is going to move over to right field. And in place of Bowens, we're going to have Boog Powell, and he's going to be at first base. That's for the remainder of the game. But right now, so let me fix this on the score sheet. Bleffery is a right fielder. And let me do some logistical work here. He's a 3-0 to -1. And coming in to play first base in the next inning will be Boog Powell. And Powell will be in Bowen's spot. He's a 2-9 for Powell. And he runs at a 2. Okay. So I think that's what we needed. So Larry Haney is going to be up there with 1 out, and the base is cleared. 1 out, nobody on. He knows I'm just pulling, Doug, he knows I'm just pulling this chain just to get it out. I want to do as many double switches as I can just to get on his nerves, because he loads double switches for some reason or another. I don't know why. All right, so actually this is going to be Haney's at bat, not Powell. Powell will come in defensively, so this is actually Haney at the plate. Lolich, 3-4, and that is a strikeout plus to a lefty, but not to a righty. It's a blank. Here's Haney. 2-5, grounds it to short. That's out number 2. So Haney is out of there, and Powell will now be the new first baseman. Here's Etchebarren. Lolich, 2-6, possible error on a ground ball. 5-1, single pass short. So it's not an error check, it's a speed check now. And the BR of Etchebarren is a 3. So 1, 2, or 3, Etchebarren will reach. 4, 5, or 6, he will be out. And on the board, that comes up under the number 4 here. When it's a failed error, when it's an error check with a single, it says no error check, as no error can be made. Roll 1d6 versus the hitter's base running rating. If the roll is higher, the hitter is out. Otherwise, it's a single. So if it's a 1, 2, or 3, Etchebarren will reach because he's a BR of 3. 4, 5, or 6, then he will be out. That's a 3. He beats it out, and there goes the no-hitter. There goes the no-hitter on a inside pitch. What would have been an error check, but with the new rules, it's now a base hit check. And there you go. First hit of the game belongs to Andy Etchebarren. And now Rickert will leave as they need a hitter with 2 outs and a runner at first. So they're going to go to the bench and try to find somebody else that can hit. There's not much out there, particularly from the right-hand side. Moten's the only one from the right-hand side that's worthy, I guess. So I'm going to play it realistically what the manager would do. I think he'd use the righty Moten, so that's what I'm going for. So Kurt Moten will pinch hit for Rickert. And then we'll figure out who the new pitcher is going to be in the bottom of the 7th. But the no-hitter is gone. We do need a strategy roll. First, that's one of the rare strategy rolls Lolich has had to do. He's had all these walks, but that's the first base hit. Lolich, 6-1, strikeout, 7 got him. ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning stretch here in Detroit, and it's still 2-0 Tigers. Yes, Brian B. That's what I was talking about with our friend RJL. He really loves those double switches, as everybody knows. So, let's see who's going to come in and pitch for the Orioles. For the Tigers, it's going to be Freehand, Wirt, and Cash. So, for the Orioles, they have Bunker, Dillman, Drabowski, Fisher, and Miller, and Watt from the right-hand side. Lopez and McNally from the left. So, we're going with a righty. Just a matter of which one we want to go with. Looks like we're going to go with... Drabowski's our closer, so I'm not going to use him. I think we're going to go with Stu Miller. So Stu Miller, the right-hander, is on. He will be the new pitcher for the Orioles. For Rickert, he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, but one of them, unfortunately, was a home run. So he gave up the 2 runs. They were both earned. The only walk he had was an intentional walk to K-Line, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. So a very decent outing there for Rickert. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, a walk and 4 strikeouts, but he's on the hook for the L unless the Orioles rally. So bottom of the 7th we go. And it will be Stu Miller against Bill Freehand. Hello, Larry. How you doing? Hello, Craig. Good to see you. I was hoping to get a no-hitter, but doggone it, Andy Etchebarren just blew it for me on that speed play of all things. They rated him a 3. How can he be a 3 base runner? I question that. How can a catcher be a 3 base runner? To me, catcher should be a 2 base runner. Same with Freehand. How is he a 3 base runner? That's the one thing about inside pitch. Sometimes you question some of their ratings, but we'll play it as it lies to use a golf analogy. Here's Stu Miller, 3-2. That's ball 1 on a wild pitch. I play this game for fun, not for realism. 5-2, and that's a blank to a righty. Freehand 2-3, and he flies to left. I want realism, I play strat. Simple as that. If I want fun, I play this. All right. That's about as simple as I can make it, cut and dry as I can make it. Stu Miller, 1-3. Air on the ground out possible. 6-1, ground ball to third. That's an 8. Brooks Robinson is a 4, so there will be no error. You'll make the play easily. 2 down. Stu Miller, 5-5, strikeout 12, and he will not get him. Cash will get to swing it. 5-6, he flies to left. It's a 3 up and 3 down inning for Stu Miller. We played 7. It's still 2-0. The 2-run homer from Cash in the second has stood the test of time. And now let's look at Lolich. He is now tired. He has faced 27 batters. That's all he can face. But they're going to try to get him through this inning. But the bullpen is active. He would bat second next inning, but if he can't make it through, then hey, we're looking at a double switch. So let's look at the Tiger bullpen. Tiger bullpen, they have 5 right-handers. They have Dobson, Gladding, Lasher, Marshall, and Wickersham. 2 lefties, Aguirre and Padres. For the Orioles, they've got, other than Blefary, everybody else is right-handed, so we're definitely looking at a right-handed reliever to loosen in the bullpen. We're in the 8th inning, so we can always go to the closer if we had to. So we are looking at this guy. Oops, sorry. Fred Gladding is loosening in the bullpen. He was 6-4 with 12 saves and a 1.99 ERA. So Fred Gladding is loosening, but right now Mickey Lolich is still doing his thing. But Gladding is in the bullpen loosening. Blefary to lead off the top of the 8th of a 2-0 ball game. Lolich, 5-5, strikeout 8, got him. He strikes out as an 8, and then the stadium adds 1, so gave him even that 1 extra, and as a strikeout. Now, to be fair, Inside Pitch did, when I did my 2019 Washington National season replay, the stats came out pretty good. It's just certain ratings that I do question, but I mainly play this for entertainment and enjoyment. If I want to do a serious replay, Strat is still the one for me. That is very true, Brian B. Just look at Cesar Geronimo, 1976. That's Exhibit A right there. All right, here's Aparicio. 3-5 for Lolich is a walk chance. 8, and he will walk him. So yet another walk for Lolich. And now the tying run is at the plate in Paul Blair. So you wonder if the Tigers might go ahead and pull Lolich here. With the righty coming up, I believe that's what they're going to do. And yes, RJL, even though he's not here, there will be a double switch. So Lolich will leave, but there will be a double switch. Fred Gladding will come on, but he will not bat in the number 9 position. They got to figure out who they want to have to take out, but really there's not a whole lot of guys you'd want to take out. You want to leave Ray Oler's next. Do you really want to take out Norm Cash? I mean, probably not. You know what? There may not be a double switch because I really don't want to lose any of these guys. What about McAuliffe at second instead of Trzeski? But Trzeski's a better fielder. Boy, this one's tough. Horton, is there a better left fielder we can use instead of Horton? I think we're going to take Willie Horton out. So Jim Northrup. Focus got messed up. Sorry. Let me fix it. Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. That should be better now. Hopefully that's better now. Okay, so Jim Northrup is going to come on. So let's do some cleaning up here. Northrup's going to bat in the number 9 position and play. Is he going to play center field? He's actually going to play. He's going to play left field. And Horton, the pitcher spot, will be in this number 4 spot right here. Okay, so going to our score sheet, Northrup is in left field. He gets a 3.90 and runs at a 4. The pitcher spot is here. And I think that kind of does everything. Can't close the book on Lolich just yet. He did go 7 1/3. And he gave up just the 1 hit so far. That's all he can give up is 1 hit. No runs, obviously. The walks were big. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 walks plus a hit batter. And his strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. So 7 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts. But Aparicio is his responsibility. He can win it, he cannot lose it. So now Northrup goes in the number 9 position, and Willie Horton comes out of the game. Fred Gladding will take over on that double switch. Hello, Rock. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, comparing to Strat is one thing, but I mean, compared to most games, this is a reasonably accurate game, and you will get realistic stats. But if I had to put my money on one game to give me the best stats, that's why I was saying I would go with Stratomatic. Plus, the cookie cutter cards are the other thing that bugs me about this, but that's a whole other issue. All right, now, Paul Blair is your batter. Aparicio could get the lead on a 4 or less. It's a 2. He does get the lead, so that's a 16. Minus 1's a 15. Plus 1 is a 16. But really, boy, do you want to take a... the D20 is so evil, but a 1 to 16, you figure the odds are in his favor. And they are, so he does steal the base. That avoids the double play. and puts him in the scoring position. So Aparicio does steal second base. And now that brings up Paul Blair. 20, chance for a pickoff, 1-3. And he got him. Look at, do you believe that, folks? They just picked off Aparicio from second base. Second baseman Trzaskowski snuck in behind him, and they picked him off right after he stole second base. He gets picked off. That's a 3. His pickoff rating is a 1-3. Unbelievable. That's 2 outs now. 2 outs, and Paul Blair is no longer the tying run at the plate. And I don't think Earl Weaver came along to 68, but he would really be upset if he was the manager in this game, that's for sure. All right, here's Blair. Gladding, 6-3 ballpark. First time going to Tiger Stadium in quite a while. So we're going to Tiger Stadium for the ballpark card. 6-1, it's a G2 right in front of the plate. Freehand will throw to first, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left thanks to the pickoff, I should say. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 2-0 Tigers. Stu Miller is still in there. He can face 8 batters. He's only pitched to 3, so he's in good shape. And thanks to the double switch, Gladding can stick around and pitch the 9th inning as well without having to bat. So we got Euler, Northrup. So now it's Euler, Northrup, and Stanley due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th against Stu Miller. So right, Ben, there are no complete no perfect games, I should say, but each one kind of scratches a different itch for me, at least, anyway. All right, Miller to Euler, 2-6, strikeout chance, 19, not going to get him. One thing I do like about inside pitch, you get all the players, whereas Strat, you don't. 5-4, and that is a double to right field for Ray Euler. How do you like that? A double to right field on a 5-4. Ray Euler with the double. And now what do you do with Northrup? He's a pretty good hitter at 271. Do you intentionally walk him and set up a double play against Stanley and Trzaskowski? I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk Northrup. And that's going to set up a double play. Strategy rolls are still on. Miller to Stanley. 3-1. He's not tired, so there's no single there. Stanley, 4-3. Pops it to first at infield fly rule. 1 away. And here's Trzaskowski. 20, so it's a 1-5 for a balk. 6-7, he gets picked off. That's a 9. He got back in time. So Miller to Trzaskowski. 6-1, strikeout 15, too much. We go to Trzaskowski. Trzaskowski, 2-4. He flies to center. That's out number 2. Now will Euler try to move up? On a fly ball to center, you lose 2. Euler runs at a 3, drops him to a 1. Center fielder arm is Blair. He's a -1, makes him a 0, so he cannot move up. He has to stay at second base. So 2 down, and here's Al Kaline. That was the only downside to walking Northrup, is it got to Kaline in the batting order, which it might have happened anyway. 20 again, 1-5 for a balk, 6-7 is a pickoff. That's an 8. He just did get back. So boy, Euler living dangerously on second base, but he did get back. And now Miller to Kaline. 1-5 is a range play with 2 outs. Everybody's back to normal positions. 4-1 is a single to shortstop, but it's a range play for the shortstop. Aparicio. His range, though, is only a 2. Very strange. I thought Aparicio had a better range than that, but maybe this is later in his career and he didn't have that kind of range. And he doesn't. That's a 6. He's definitely not going to get to that. So to score from second, you need a 3 or better. Euler is a 3 with 2 outs becomes a 4, so he will score automatically. And the Tigers lead it 3-0 on the failed range play by Aparicio. Northrup is a 4 With 2 outs, it becomes a 5, which allows him to get to third base. So now runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Bill Freehand. Strategy roll's now off. Miller to Freehand, 6-2, possible error. Freehand, 2-1, fly to center. There's no error there. That's an 11. Stanley's only a 3, so the play will be made, but the insurance run is a big one. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the 9th. It is the last chance for the Orioles. They trail it 3-0, and Fred Gladding looking to get the save. He's got to face both Robinsons and Davy Johnson, and then Boog Powell is waiting in the wings as well. If anybody gets on base, Boog Powell is going to bat 4th this inning. Where are you talking about pitcher position? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, wait a minute. That was the pitcher position. Who did I have batting? Hold on. Who hit last? That was Freehand. You were right. You were so right. We had the pitcher position hitting, didn't we? Glad you caught that. Glad somebody was paying attention because I wasn't. All right. Let's fix that. Thank you, Ben, for that. Thank you so much. So let's fix that. So the inning is still going, as a matter of fact. Now the question is, do they want to bring in a pinch hitter for Gladding, or do they want to have him try to finish the game? They could bring in a pinch hitter to try to get the game out of reach, but I think they really like Gladding for his pitching in a 3-0 lead, so they're just going to let Gladding hit. So Gladding will still hit. They're going to let Gladding hit, even though he can't hit worth a crap, but he's the best they have in the bullpen. They don't want to waste that. So Miller will pitch to Gladding. 5-5, strikeout got him. So that's going to end the inning. But still, thank you for that. I appreciate you checking that and making sure I didn't do anything incorrectly. So everything's copacetic now, hopefully. Thank you so much, Ben, for that. Yes, that's what I get for double switching. You were absolutely correct. That's what I get for double switching. Absolutely what you get for double switching. All right. So I didn't put the pitcher's name here. I probably should have put Gladding. I should have put Gladding's name here is what I should have done. And that would have probably clued me to do that. So anyway, now we're set for the top of the 9th in a 3-0 ball game. And the Orioles don't really have anybody else worth a crap off the bench, so they're going to stick with who they have. And it's going to be Frank Robinson leading things off. Gladding only faced the 1 batter, so even though he got 2 outs because he picked off this runner, so he's still good to go. 1-5 is a strikeout chance. 1, he got him. Struck him out. 1 down for Brooks Robinson. Gladding, 3-3, strikeout, 10, too high. We go to Brooks Robinson. 5-2, ground ball to second, 2 down. Davy Johnson, the last hope. Boog Powell is on deck. Gladding, 5-2, possible error on a throw. 2-4, and that is a star 2, which is a ground ball to first, but that's a 19. Cash is only a 2. He will field it, flip to Gladding, and there's your ball game. The Tigers win it 3-0 over the Orioles, and now they have tied the Red Sox for first place. And I'll show those standings shortly. Gladding inning in 2/3, and he struck out 1, didn't give up anything else. So as 1 batter away, Andy Etchebarren is the culprit. Andy Etchebarren cost me the no-hitter. His single in the 7th inning with 2 outs in the 7th inning breaks up the no-hitter. Otherwise, it was a very clean game other than all the walks. But let's see here what they got for hits. Let's see, Miller Went 2 innings. Forgot to write him in. And he gave up a run on 2 hits. A run on 2 hits. And he struck out 1, walked 1, which was intentional. Loss is to Rickard. Win is to Lolich. Save to Gladding. And let's see the totals. For the Tigers, 1, 3, 4, 6. So for the Tigers, 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. For the Orioles, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. So there you go. I would say the player of the game should be Mickey Lolich with his outing of 1 hitness. Cash, of course, had the 2-run homer for the offense, but still, it was the pitching that pretty much carried the load. So now I will go over the standings once I get all this out of the way, and I'll bring the computer up. I didn't want to print anything because I didn't feel like wasting paper. So I do have screenshots of the games that were played and the standings, and we'll update the standings after this game as well. So let me see about doing this and getting to my standing screen. Well, first of all, let's get to let's do the standings. Let me update those real quickly and save those. All right, got that done. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to show up okay on screen here. I'll try. Make it larger here. Okay, let's see if I can get this to show up okay. We'll check it out. I'll look through my phone and make sure you guys can see it. There you go. That was the game earlier today from Boston, where Kansas City got the win. Roberto Rodriguez bested Lee Stang, with Diego Segui getting the save. So that's what happened in that game. In the Cleveland-Chicago game, which is why I'm about ready to take Chicago out of the mix, we had the Indians beat the White Sox 2-1. 2 errors on the White Sox didn't help their cause. Cleveland only got 3 hits on 2 runs, but Sonny Siebert bested Gary Peters, and that pretty much cost the White Sox. And then the other game played on this date, September the 13th. We had the Minnesota Twins. We had the Minnesota Twins besting the Washington Senators 5-0. Jim Cott pitching a 2-hitter, not a complete game 2-hitter, but for the most part, he was in control. Relief pitcher came in with no save situation, but he got the out to secure a 5-0 victory. And with that in place, these are now the new standings in the replay. Again, these are the standings as of when the replay started. These now, with this win, Detroit now is 11-2 since I've started. So they are now tied with Boston at 85-62. Minnesota is 4 games back. Chicago is 8 games back. Chicago is 4-10 since the replay started. So they are definitely in danger of being booted from the replay. So anyway, that's that. Don't know how well that showed up, but hopefully you were able to see that. It just felt like it was kind of wasting paper to keep printing out all that stuff. So I thought doing it this way might work out okay as well. Oh, cool. I remember those Hostess cards. I remember when I was a kid going to the grocery store, and there were these things called Suzy Q's, which I really did not like. But if there were good baseball cards on the back of the Suzy Q's, that's the one I got my mother to get me. I was more of a ho-ho or Twinkie person, but if they had good baseball cards on the back of the Suzy Q's, I jumped on them. Whether I liked the Suzy, I didn't like the Suzy Q's that much, but if they had a good card on there, you better believe. Well, Ben, it's just the inside pitch engine. For some reason it doesn't like the White Sox, but it likes the Tigers. And I'm playing the games offline. I'm playing it on the inside pitch computer. So pretty much doing the same thing I'm doing here, just have the computer roll the dice, and I put in the, do the computations and everything or whatnot. So Anyway, that's just what's been going on there. The next game that's scheduled, oddly enough, on the 14th, this was September the 13th, is what this game was played on. September the 14th, the only game scheduled in the American League, and I think it's the only game, contenders or none, is the White Sox. And I'm tempted to not even play that game because they are just so far back. 8 games back already, and I just don't. I almost feel like they're not even in the race anymore. It would be the only game to play, and they would be playing the Cleveland Indians once again. I mean, I may do it just to see, and maybe we'll keep them around a little bit longer. But if they don't beat the Indians in that game, if they fall 8.5 back, then I think it's time to write them off and just say we're going to have a 3-team race now because Inside Pitch just did not like them. Yeah, Ben, I got to get up kind of early myself too, but I was going to record this and upload tomorrow, but I figured, what the heck, let me try this new setup and try it live and see how it went. Hello, Ron, how you doing? Let me know what you guys think of this setup here as opposed to having the field out and everything else, just the cards, the dice, and the score sheet. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that particular setup. A date for the postseason in '67, whenever I get finished. No set time. Like I said, I'm doing the Stratomatic Game of the Week, and I'm playing a lot. I want to get some more Stratomatic in just because I like the game. And I want to do that some more. It may be with that Demolition League. It might just be one-offs. I don't know. But in the evenings, it's very easy for me to just sit up in bed with my laptop and play the games on the computer that I don't do on video. So that helps me get through them pretty quickly. And of course, the games that don't involve the 4 playoff teams, like if California is playing Washington, I don't even play it. I just skip it, so because it's irrelevant. So that's the way. What demo teams did I choose for the Demolition League you're talking about? Well, I'll show them to you if you don't want to go back to the video that I did on it. I will show the teams just for general purpose so that you can take a look. The video I did was between the Pirates and the Cubs. That was the first video I did, where Marcus Stroman and Mitch Keller went at it, Cubs and Pirates. So there are 2 teams in the league. What I did is I made sure that none of the 10 teams were in the previous Demolition League, so I eliminated the 10 teams that were in there before, so no Cincinnati, because they were in the previous league. So Pittsburgh and Chicago from the NL Central. I wanted 5 NL and 5 AL. From the NL East, I had got 1 team from the NL East. Only 1 team made it from the NL East. And don't tell me I don't have them with me. I think I brought everybody with me apparently but 1. Or are they hiding on me? Maybe they're hiding under something. I don't know. They might be hiding under here. They are hiding under here. The NL East team is the Miami Marlins. So they are there. And the NL West has 2 teams. It has the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So those are the National League, 5 National League teams in the Demolition League if I start the Demolition League. I've got everything set up for it on the computer. I mean, it's mainly for my own consumption, but I might show some videos. For the NL East, I have 2 teams. I have the Baltimore Orioles and I have the Toronto Blue Jays. From the NL Central, Detroit Tigers and Minnesota Twins. And just for kicks and giggles, from the American League West, we have the 50 and 112 Oakland A's. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, most of that's going to be for my own consumption. I definitely don't want to commit to something like that when I'm already doing other stuff. So, because I like to finish what I start, and I don't want to overcommit myself. But if I start playing some of these games, that would be the teams and the games, because I bought the 23 set and I want to use it. I don't want to just sit there in the storage. I want to be able to actually use the silly thing. So that's the reason why I did that. And the card font shows up pretty well, I thought, on the videos. So if you guys thought this was a decent setup for the Inside Pitch, I will go to that. uh, and I'll leave the board and the accoutrements all to RJL and let him put his show on. For now, one hitter. So that's the first one hitter I've had in inside pitch. I didn't get the no hitter, but it's the very first one hitter. So you guys saw a one hitter right here. Only hit. Andy Etchebarren did it to me in the top of the seventh, and it wasn't even a clean hit. It was a speed check on an error single error check where it goes to a speed check. Andy Etchebarren a 3, which is to me is a ridiculous rating to give him. He should be a 2. If he was a 2, I'd have a no hitter right now, and I think I can support the reasoning behind it. Should be a 2. I'm going to pull up his stats right now and see if he stole any bases or whatever he did, because I just don't believe he should be. Because to me, 3 means your average runner, and I just don't see catchers, with the exception of a few guys over the years, but majority of the catchers to me are below average runners. But that's just sour grapes on my part, I guess, because I didn't get the no-hitter. But let's see, in 1967, Andy Etchebarren, let's see what he did. He stole 1 base in 330 at-bats. He stole 1 base. So, and let's see, did he hit any? He had no triples, 1 stolen base. He had 13 doubles and 7 home runs. I don't know. I'm thinking he should have been a 2. But that's just, like I said, maybe that's just me being sour grapes because I really wanted that no-hitter. But what do you want to do? That's just the way it is. But you guys saw the one hitter here live. I was trying to not say anything about it until it came up. I didn't want to start mentioning it because it looked like they'd had a hit because of all these walks. They had base runners. But Andy Etchebarren did me in. Oh, well, what are you going to do? You can't have everything. Yep, he had 1 stolen base, and it was probably like the back end of a double steal. I doubt he actually pulled off the steal. I'd have to go, you know what, now it's got me curious. I want to check out what that steal was about. I'm going to go to that play-by-play from that game that he stole the base in and figure out what happened. Because now you guys have got me curious. I'm going to Retro Sheet right now and looking this thing up. I want to see what he did, who he stole it against, and what the situation was. So let me go to his daily stuff here and find his stolen base. He stole the base right here. August 15th in Yankee Stadium, he stole the base. So let's see when he stole the base. Let's see here. Where is he showing up here? Oh, he even came in the game as a defensive replacement. He didn't even start the game. He stole a base in. He came as a defensive replacement. Stole it off of Fritz Peterson and Bob Tillman. Let's see here. No, let's see here. Belanger reached on error. Etchebarren forced Belanger second to short. Etchebarren stole second. And he actually went to third on a throwing error by Tillman on top of it. And then he scored when Fritz Peterson balked. That was the next play. So, boy, he really caused some havoc there. So, yeah, he did it against the Yankees. Interesting. Interesting to look at those numbers and see what he did. But anyway, I still disagree with the 3, but that's just, like I said, sour grapes on my part probably. So, anyway, I want to thank all you guys for spending part of your Sunday evening with me. Since RJL is apt now to do the hello Bill, how you doing? Since you just missed a one hitter, I had a one hit performance by the Tigers, Mickey Lolich and Fred Gladding. The only hit was by Andy Etchebarren in the bottom of the 7th or top of the 7th inning, and it was a speed check on Etchebarren, who's rated as an average runner 3, and I thought he should have been a lower runner, and I rolled a 3, which means he beat it out. Had he been rated a 2 or a 1, which is a lower rating, I would have had a no-hitter. But can't have everything. But the Tigers win it 3-0 on a one-hitter Mickey Lolich 7 1/3 to get the win. Norm Cash, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the second, was all the Tigers needed. They did add a run in the bottom of the eighth on a Ray Euler double to lead off the inning. Walked Northrup intentionally to set up a double play. Got Mickey Stanley to pop to first, Trzaskowski to fly to center, but then Al Kaline singled in Euler to make it 3-0, and Fred Gladding was able to clean up business after that. So now you're definitely correct, Ben. You're definitely correct. You don't see that every day. I believe I said it was September 15th. Let me check the date of that box score. Let's see here. Yep, August 15th. I'm sorry, August 15th at Yankee Stadium. Orioles win the game 11-10 in 13 innings. And it was the 13th inning that Andy Etchebarren stole that base and scored the run. So he came in as a defensive replacement for the catcher, and boy, you just don't see that every day. A single, a stolen base, a throwing error sends him to third, and then the very next batter, the pitcher balks him home. That's something you just don't see every day. And that was Fritz Peterson in relief, a rare relief appearance, and he did it. So that's just the way it goes. But again, thanks to all you for spending part of your Sunday evening with me. I was going to say that since RJL moved his Sunday games to Sunday morning, that kind of frees up Sunday nights. So I'm going to try to make this kind of a thing for me on Sunday night as well. Next video will probably be Stratomatic. I'll probably do one of the Demolition League games on Stratomatic. Next video, an inside pitch, is scheduled to be Cleveland-Chicago, but with Chicago 8 games out of the lead, I might drop them from the replay because they're not really in contention anymore. And then the next video after that, or the next game after that, I think would still be the White Sox, but it would be because they were playing Minnesota. But I'll double check that on September the 15th, see what the schedule is for September 15th. September 15th schedule. September 15th, where are you? Actually, I got 3 games to choose from. We got Baltimore's playing Boston in Fenway. Minnesota's playing Chicago in Chicago. And Washington's playing Detroit in Detroit. That's a 3-game series for all of those. So I'm pick one game each. So I'm either going to pick Baltimore and Boston on the 15th, Minnesota, Chicago on the 16th, and Washington, Detroit on the 17th, or some variation thereof. And then when you get to the 18th and 19th, it's definitely going to be Boston at Detroit, both games, because they are tied in the divisional race. And in case anybody missed it, before I sign off, I will again show the updated standings. Let me move the dice tray out of the way. So the updated standings in the pennant race now. Boston and Detroit, with Detroit winning, they now tie the Red Sox at 85 and 62. Minnesota is 4 games back because they beat the Senators, so they gain a game. Chicago lost, so they stay 8 games back. They are 4 and 10 since the replay started, where Detroit is 11 and 2, Boston's 8 and 3, and Minnesota is 6 and 8. And of course, these are when the replay started. That was their records. But they're fading so fast, I'm about ready to drop them off and make this a 3-team playoff to make more sense. At least it would to me anyway. And it would speed the replay along as well. It'd be less games for me to play on the channel. I could play more games that were more important, not the pitiful White Sox, which Inside Pitches does not like the White Sox for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they don't. Anyway, that's going to do it from here. I have to get up early on Monday morning as well, get back to work. I had a nice weekend, but it's time to get back to work and get out in the heat because it's supposed to be hot again tomorrow, all week long, I think it is actually. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in and giving me feedback on my setup. And so it looks like this analog setup is going to be my setup going forward, not only for Stratomatic, but for pretty much all games. So the accoutrements are kind of going by the wayside for the most part. So, I mean, I'll still have, like the NBC game of the week coming up on Saturday, it's going to be the Padres and the Cardinals. So I'll still have this printed out to the side, just won't have it taking up so much room. It will be Alan Foster against Randy Jones. That'll be on Saturday. And then a week from this Tuesday will be the All-Star game from Kansas City, 1973. So, thank you all for tuning in, spending part of your Sunday evening with me. Hope you all had a nice weekend, and you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. But until next time, enjoy playing whatever game we choose to play, however we choose to play it. I will see you all down the road.